Today's episode is sponsored by one of my favorite rap labels, Front Row Regale. Started by my good friend Rock City Mark, legendary rapper Ito, and Jay Rios, they are the go-to for real hip-hop. Make sure to check out the whole team, including DJ Doo-Wop, Jay Black, Nice to Future, Boo Boo the Prince, Reno RX, and Uwop Diggs. Follow Front Row Regale on all platforms and check out the New York by Ito and DJ Doo-Wop out now.
Yeah. Hey.
All right, so for on the third try, thank you for coming on, man. I really do appreciate your time.
Nah, no problem, homie. Thanks for having me. What's good with you?
Not just chilling. It was funny. We were before talking about I think we did meet at the 38 birthday show in Syracuse at that it was at that crazy ass Alien Opera House venue.
Right. Yep. The Alien Opera House. That's exactly where it was at.
Yeah, shout out Rock City Mark for putting that together.
Yeah, that was a dope show that night. Ito was there, Special was there.
Yeah.
Hell Rail even at that show, matter of fact. Yep.
And the live band and all that was dope as fuck.
Hell yeah, that was a mean one right there. That was a good one. Mark always put together good shows though, man. Shout out to God Mark, man.
For real. He just hit me up on Instagram one time and he's like, if you're ever in Rochester, pull up. I had never been before. And now I feel like it's like a second home.
Got you. That's what's up. Yeah.
But something I really fucked with about you, other than your music, is you're like you got the mask on, the air of secrecy and stuff. So that's why another reason I didn't hit you up about the podcast first, because I was like, damn, does he keep it does he keep it behind the scenes? What's up with that?
So the whole thing about this mask is just take away everything else, right? And just listen to these fucking lyrics, So many people get caught up with this shit and the chains and the watches and all that shit, man. And that really be a cover up because they don't really be nice lyrically. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give them every other reason to fuck with you besides why they really should mess with you, which is your aura, your lyrical ability. You know what I'm saying? Who you are as a person. So I'm selling them Great God. That's it. And I'm selling them Great God and I'm selling these poisonous ass bars that I'm giving them. That's what I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you catch me with my jewelry and my chains and shit on and all that, then, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But I really just want the concentration to be this death by bars.
Yeah. You don't give a fuck about the other shit.
Nah, I really don't, because I had all that other shit for so long, man. Like, I've been riding in the best of cars, having the best jewelry, been known to get the flyest of the fly. So all that other shit don't matter now. Like, just listen to these bars. That's it.
Yeah, because that's something I realized about getting farther into this is really an artist is only as successful as how they are as a businessman,
That's right. That's right.
The art should speak on itself. You should be able to handle your life separately and not have that affect the art that you're putting out.
Right. Yeah. Now you got to definitely be a real businessman in this game. Like, I've been in the game for a minute, but it's like I really just adapted and learning the real business. You understand? And really nailing down the business and then also treating relationships with a business mind instead of a homie aspect too, like not expecting others to do what I would do for them. That's for this month, 2023, the year to God, that's that level 7 shit that I be throwing up. Listen, I don't expect nothing from nobody. Like if you throw me the alley-oop, cool. If you throw me the alley-oop, I'm gonna probably crack the backboard. But you feel me?
Yeah.
If I don't get the alley-oop, but it's just like, you know what? I can't expect nothing out of you clowns anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, motherfuckers think that they're deserving of anything other than the hard work that they put in.
Right. That's all I want to do is put the work in. If these dweebs alley-oop me, then they do. If they don't, they don't. I don't want to be friends with them, no way. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hang out with you. I don't smoke. I never drank in my life. I never smoked in my life, so I don't want to drink with you. I don't want to smoke with you. I definitely don't like the same type of women that you like. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's just get the work done, and that's that. That's how I look at it.
You always had that mindset, or is that something that you adapted over time?
So the mindset of not expecting from somebody else what you would do for them, I had that mindset for a long time, but I really just embraced it more because I watched the people cheer me on when they thought that I wasn't going to be serious. So then I was getting mad alley-oops. Oh, come do this show. Come do this. Now, guess what? Now it's like, oh, I didn't even know you put no album out. I didn't even know you had no records out. I didn't even, you understand? I'm not getting them same alley-oops because, they know that it's coming around. They got to hear them footsteps. They looking back. They might be in first place, but they looking back, and GREA8GAWD is on their heels right now.
Yeah.
So now, I said in the bar, I never wanted the crown, and it's the reason why. They pray when you down, they pray that you come up. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as they see that you got wings and you about to fly, that love hurt turn into hate, and they shoot you from the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, once, like I said, when I was on my way and I was telling them, like, yo, son, I'm about to get busy. I'm about to take this shit 100%. I'm about to get out the streets. I'm about to just do just this, because that's very important, and doing just this and just honing in on one thing. They probably thought I was joking because I've been saying that for so long. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh, now he's serious. Oh, hold on now. The guys that I praise is praising him. Oh, hold up. Oh, you feel me? They seeing those comments from Alchemist, from Rock Marcy, Jalen Rose, and all of these other different people alley-ooping, and now it's like, oh no, well, he don't need the alley-oop no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When did you take yourself seriously?
Say it again.
When did you take yourself seriously and make that choice for yourself?
I made that choice for myself last year. And to be honest with you, my man PR Dean from Brooklyn, that's my guy. He told me one day, like, yo, son, I'm ready to quit doing music. So he usually just he does like all my email blasts, the PR work, right? So when he told that to me, it hit my heart, because it was like, damn, boy, like, what you mean you ready to quit, man? This shit ain't, don't nobody take it serious. So I said, I vowed to him at that point. I said, you know what? We could take this shit over, man. We could make the underground look way better than it's looking. We could bring the women to the underground, and I'm gonna be serious, son. And when I promised him that I was gonna be serious, I've been serious since that day forth. You understand?
Yeah.
And then so besides PRD, and I just wanted Buck. Like, I want them to know that I'm so much more of an elite MC than what's out in the world right now. Yeah. Nobody. I feel like I'm better than everybody, bro. I feel like my only competition is my homie, which is Benny. I feel like that's my only competition. Besides that, I'm gonna wrap circles around these dudes, and I've been doing it.
You have been, and it's that's crazy what you can accomplish in what, like, a year. Like you said last year, like 2 years of taking yourself seriously, because you have done that.
Whoa.
And no one who isn't working hard is happy to see a hard worker.
Nah, that's right. That's right. Oh, that's a mean one. That's a mean one. Yeah.
What's your connection to 7?
So the 7 is the God, right? So
my birthday is 7/17/97. So triple sevens were always
you got 3 sevens. You see, so my connection with 7 is in the nation of gods and earth. Number 1 is knowledge. Number 2 is wisdom. Number 3 is understanding. Number 4 is culture. Number 5 is power. Number 6 is equality. And number 7 is God. So everything, I always drop my music. Like tomorrow, I'm dropping a record on the 7th. Or either I drop a record on the 16th, which is 1 and 6 equals 7. The year that we in right now is 2023. 2 and 3 is 5, plus what? 2 is what? It's my year, Sam. I'm telling you, like this, it was supposed to happen right now.
Yeah.
Allah is the best planner, so don't nothing happen when we want it to happen. It happened when God say it's time for you to get it. And it wasn't time for me to get it when I wanted it. It was time for me to get it when I could handle what was getting ready to be given to me.
Yeah. When did you find it?
What, just the whole having knowledge of self and all of that?
Yes, yeah.
1992. Yeah, like I had knowledge of self for forever. Like my uncles and them came up like, with I've been coming up and then came up around having people that had knowledge of self, and 5% is pretty much my whole adult life. You understand? So I kind of got it by default. So, the knowledge the knowledge came, and then after that I kind of took it into Orthodox Islam, and so my principles and my ideas and my way of life is a little different. As bad as I tried to make it to stay on the right path. Of course, we all, take a straight, we all take a left and the right of the path, but I'm back on the right path now. And that was the reason that I didn't put out a lot of music too, because I was trying to balance, damn, what do I give them? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be held accountable for that in which you don't know. But when you do know and you do the opposite, then that's punishable by death. That's 1,000 times worse than being able to say, damn, my bad, I ain't know. You understand? But when you know and you do the opposite, so that's what I was going back and forth with, like, damn, what do I give them? But then I said, you know what? God know my intent, so I got to give him my life, but I'm going to just give him the pros and the cons that come along with everything that I endured in this lifetime.
Is it hard to move? Like, you do want it to just be the art. Is it hard to be like, did you not want to be in the public? Do you wish you could be behind the scenes and just create, like, or do you want shine? Do you want spotlight?
I mean, I don't mind the spotlight, but to be honest with you, even when I was in the streets, like I said, I never drank and smoked. So even if I'm in the club, I'm way in the back. I'm watching my surroundings. I'm watching everything. I've never really been in a predicament in my life where I could afford to slip, because I had so much responsibility, especially when it came like to hustling at the level I was doing it. I had a big responsibility. So I could never be in a position where I compromised myself or compromised the people that I was working with. So the shine for me, I never really wanted to shine, because I had real old heads that told me that ain't what you want. You don't got to buy out. Go take that car back. Remember, like in Goodfellas, bro, when
Yeah.
he told them, when they took the money, he said, "Man, take the car back, take the furs back, take all that shit back." So I had an old head around me that used to be like, "Nah, man." Like my Kasim is his name, and he used to be like, "Nah, that ain't how you do it." You know what I'm saying? That don't do it that way. So I never really wanted the light. I would step out and especially when rap came into play, I might throw on the chinchilla, I might throw on the chains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that never really was me, though. It still ain't me, because people say to me all the time, like, "Yo, God," my man called me the other morning, like, "Yo, man, why you don't be putting your cars on your Instagram, man? You gotta make your stories better. Why you don't you got all these different relationships, you got cars and this?" And I'm like, "Damn, bro, like I done did that shit for so long. I think that like it don't mean nothing to me no more to do that. Like to show you my crib and show you my cars, and it's like, okay, and what? Because everybody doing that. So I figure I'm just gonna show them the talent. I'm gonna just show them these bars, and I'm gonna show them what authenticity would really look like in its truest form.
Yeah. People who flash usually don't have it like that. Like, all the people who I know who have it the most they are low key with it.
Right, right. I mean, that's the goal, man. You especially like I said, when you in a different life, in a different realm, you don't really want nobody to. I would rather you think I was broke. You know what I'm saying? When I moved upstate and I moved to this college town called Syracuse, I was mad when they found out that when other people that I didn't want to know found out what I was doing. I told them I went to SU. I was moving like I was a student. You understand? I was running around with my pea coat on. I'm looking like turtlenecked up. But that's why I was successful at what I was successful for, because I'm not in the car stiff arming the car. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not in the car getting high. I don't got my front seat in the back seat. So if I do get pulled over, I'm giving them every piece of knowledge that I got. And a lot of times they're not even gonna ask me for my license or nothing. They're gonna tap the top of the car and say, "Yo, man, keep it moving, man." Because the car is going to be immaculately vacuumed. It's going to be detailed. I'm going to speak to them the right way when I get pulled over. And that's just what it's going to be. So, yeah, man. Yeah, that's how I move.
Do you like that? All right, this is gonna be a weird question. Let me just like get through it and see if you
Yeah,
know
go
what I
ahead.
mean. It's weird when people come up to me and say that the podcast has helped them because the podcast is super personal to me. It's
Hmm.
not all interviews. A lot of it is like personal stuff, and that's weird because I feel like the universe tells me I have to put shit out. It's not
Right,
like I want people to be listening to it.
right.
Do you feel that way with your art? Like you have to put it out, or do you enjoy that people like it?
I enjoy that people like it. I enjoy that these records is really resonating with the people. I enjoy reading my DMs. See, and that's another thing too. I don't ever want to get big enough, bro, to where I can't respond back to my DMs. So I love it when they say, yo, bro, that record, Visitor Room, that got me through my big, God. I love that. You understand? I love the fact, I love it when they say, yo, God, like I really, like I went through that same thing, man. Like I put your records on in the morning, that's motivation. So I like that. And I don't never want to be too big to where I'm not being able to see my DMs or I gotta have somebody else work my DM because I feel like that they fuck with Great God because I am personable.
Yeah.
Like when I get a DM, I'm probably going to leave you a voice memo. If you tell me you like the music, I'm probably going to 9 times out of 10, I'm going to leave you a voice memo and be like, yo, God, I appreciate you. You understand? Imagine, let's say Drake was your favorite rapper and you DM'd him and he left a voice memo. Nobody's doing that. I hope that everybody that I send a voice memo to is keeping them because guess what? Them voice memos, you're going to be able to have that for life. That shit is about to be worth something. And then it's just personable for me. I know how to connect with people. And it's like, nah, man, I appreciate you because I really do appreciate that you bought it or you download it. And then I appreciate the way that you digesting the project and you letting me know, like, oh, I like this and I like that. And I like,
Yeah. When was the first time you realized you were helping people or helped someone?
um, so I feel like I've been leading the league in alley-oops for so long that I've been helping people forever, bro. Like I was helping people when I wasn't even helping myself. So to pinpoint when that started, I couldn't give you a realistic time, but yeah, I couldn't do that. Like I've been like I feel like that's what I'm here for. I always say, man, I'm here to assist and aid others, man, and then help myself along the way. It just so happens that since I started putting this music out, I said, you know what, I'm gonna help myself solely, and whoever else come for the ride, they come for the ride. But I'm gonna really concentrate on Great God.
What type of kid were you?
Mischievous kid. Um, just bad, man. Like, getting whoopings every other
Yeah.
every few days. Mama bringing that strap out or that extension cord. Like, I remember my mother got some brand new leather furniture, man, and I still to this day don't know why, but I went and took a knife and I cut up every last piece of the furniture. Like, and like, and a lot of people ain't have no leather furniture in their crib. So now we got the furniture in the crib and they got gray tape on it, like just stupid shit, man. I don't even know what I was mad at, but I was, so I was always a kid that just wanted to just be into some shit. And then when I got a taste of a different world that I wasn't really, used to, then, it went all the way left at that point to where it was like, nah, my mom ain't got to buy me school clothes because we going in the polo store and we stacking up 20 pieces like this and we running the fuck out, that type of shit. So
Yeah.
my mom Dukes didn't have to, I'm gambling in school, getting kicked out of school. She come home, I got 5 dudes in the basement. We gambling in the crib. We gambling in the bathroom at school. Like, yeah, man. But in school, like grades wise, I did all right. I wasn't the best, I wasn't the best academically, but Mom Dukes was there, my step pops was there. And then later on in my life, I reconnected with my father who lived in Rochester, New York. And that's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got a great relationship too. So, but just on the kid note, just just real mischievous, man, doing a lot of stuff I ain't had no business doing and didn't even have to do what I was doing. That's who I was as a child.
Did you have an idea of who you would be at this point?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Actually, I had a radio station that I was working at in high school, right? And the dude, I don't know how he put two and two together. Maybe my little sister might be posting some pictures on Facebook or something. And he sent me some old footage when we was in there, and it was me on the footage talking about, like, yo, you know, I'm gonna be a star, da da da, and talk about the music. And everybody around me in that clip was like, oh no, he gonna be a star, and this and that, and this and that. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I feel like I knew when I was in high school, I knew, you know what I'm saying? I was already that guy in high school anyway. I wasn't the coolest of the coolest. It was dudes it was another crew that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was them guys. I ain't gonna lie. They had everything. They had all the cars and all that. I had a couple cars in high school. I switched up the vehicles like 2-3 times. I had like two cars in high school, maybe 2 or 3. But it was dudes that had, you know what I mean? They was really getting to that bag, that Saki Chan. it was really getting to that sack. And I wasn't part of that crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is like my man Cisco Burton. You know what I'm saying? I looked up to them. Like, you know what I mean? It was this dude named Sterling, Shannon Lawson. They had 850s. They had 850s running around the city. You understand? Kenny Darren. They had gold Daytons and all that type of fuckery back then. So I wasn't in that. I wasn't in Rick Randall. My boy Rick Randall, he had they had different shit going on, God. So I was in probably like the next tier. So I was like what you would call like a C-list. They was A-list, God, and I was like a B or a C-list. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was D-list at my school. I was very lucky. I had good grades, so I got a full ride to this school that was literally like billionaires and kings and shit. But I was like full tuition. I was like, damn, these kids are getting like $10,000 allowances and shit and flying to the weekend. I got my, I ain't got.
You had to pull Tui, huh?
Literally.
That's crazy.
What made you not chase being a star if you knew you were going to be one?
So I was in Iowa, right? And my man from Brooklyn came to visit when I was in school, right? And he changed everything. He brought that Manny Pacquiao on the campus. He came to visit Buck, and he had that Pacquiao. So I'm like, yo. So we started selling weed, right? And then next thing I know, I wasn't going to class. We was thumbing through all type of money. So now, at that point, now I go back, and I'm in Brooklyn now. So it's like, damn, I stopped going to school. And we were just getting too much bread. So that's when the arrogance came in. So now I'm running around.
Too much bread. Too much. You look at too much.
Oh man, I ain't gonna. And a lot of people will embellish their story, but if you ask somebody about GREA8GAWD is the one that was wearing Iceberg when Jay-Z wasn't wearing Iceberg. And I'm not talking about one Snoopy. I'm talking about we going in and it was this place in Cleveland called Mr. Albert's. Ask somebody to ask Mr. Albert's who GREA8GAWD is. And I'm talking about buying 6, 7 sweaters at a time. I'm talking about, I said this in the record. I said, watching me get dressed is like watching the Cartoon Network. Shaggy chasing Scooby-Doo across my sweatshirt. And listen, that ain't just on the weekend. Got to see me every day for a month before I'm repeating. So we were just getting too much bread. Me, Luca Brasi, you know what I'm saying, on 145th and Broadway, my cousin Luca that owned Gumbo. He'll tell you we was getting so much. So we was looking down at rappers. The rappers that we was around was coming to borrow chains for they video shoots. The rappers that I was around, I would go to the club and I would see the rappers in the line, and I'm getting walked down the middle of a 27th and 11th at the tunnel, and I'm like, oh, that's such and such. Damn, I just saw this dude on BET. Where's the chain at? Where the car at? I'm watching them catch cabs after the club. So when it's like that, you like, oh man, this shit is fugazi, man. I don't want nothing to do with no rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell your A&R what he want to talk for. The money he trying to give me already is in my sock drawer. You understand? So the arrogance was at a whole new level. It was different. It was just too much money around. Like when I would see Nori and them in Speed and not Speed, the Latin Quarters. So the Latin Quarters was on 96 and Broadway. So you had to go up these steps, these long ass steps, like kind of like Belly. Like imagine going up these steps in slow motion. And then when you get upstairs, you see everybody. So I go in there, man. We got furs on, iceberg on, and I'm seeing the rappers, and I'm like, oh man, they don't got nothing for real. Like this is, I'm appalled because I'm hearing them talk crazy in all of these records. I'm hearing about all this money and shit. And I'm like, oh man, they fronting for real? Couldn't believe it. And I never want to rap after that. I did rap, but I never want to be, I just knew like having a record deal was like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm bringing my own cars to this video shoot. I'm letting other people wear chains for photo shoots. And K Slay and I'm gonna tell you, man, shout out to the God. Rest in peace to K Slay.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the God. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. But you know, what the documentary is coming out soon. When I take this mask off and I decide to unveil, they're gonna be like, okay, it makes sense.
When's that coming?
He ain't lying. So the mask is gonna come off. Let's set the stage. 6,000-7,000 people in the audience. I can't see nothing because there ain't nothing but lighters up. You understand? Me, probably Rock Marcy, Knowledge, we probably on stage, and then we gonna say, yo, turn these lights down, man. I'm gonna take the mask off, and then the documentary gonna start playing in the background.
Yeesh.
That's what that's gonna look like.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then when I turn the lights back on, they're gonna say, we should have fucking knew, man. We've been bamboozled. Bamboozled, man. That's what they're gonna have to say. Because it ain't no holes in my story. You know what I'm saying? I think as rappers, we all embellish. I might have said I had 12 birds when I really had 10, but at least I had 10. You understand? Yeah. So they're gonna be like, oh nah, son, what he talking about? That shit is real. I remember when he sold my man one and came back and took it the same night. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he's an asshole.
Was that the plan all along?
Was what the plan?
That moment.
Yeah. That moment is that's the plan. Yeah.
And that has been the plan.
It has been the plan. It's gonna happen very soon too. You know what I'm saying? I want to invite you to the show in Brooklyn on the 11th this Saturday.
I will be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
You coming to the show?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Thank you so much.
It's going to be a very, very big announcement at that show. When do this come out? It's going to come out after us.
Yeah, this will probably come out after that.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big announcement on the show, man. And you know, it'll be good to have you in the building, God. I'm glad you're coming through. That's going to be a great night.
I'd be honored. Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
That is going to be an incredible show. I was just talking to Knowledge about it the other day.
Oh, man, shout out to the God. Me and Knowledge is the same in a lot of ways, man. He just waiting for somebody to try some stupid shit at the show. Hey, he was in Chicago, right? Chicago, and somebody was trying to get Rock autograph, right? And Rock, you know, Rock is very humble. Shout out to the God, Rock Marcy. He very, very humble. He like me, man. He humble as shit, right? So somebody trying to get his autograph, and he was a little bit too persistent. He was on his shoulder like he was a pirate and he was the bird.
Oh no, yeah.
He kept tap dancing and tapping on his shoulder. And Knowledge told him politely, like, yo, God, hold on. See what I'm saying? Hold on. Then it went to hold the fuck on. Then it went to I told you. It went to all you heard was a pillow fight. Like, nigga, I told. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that moment, I said, "Oh yeah, see that because had I had been around a little bit longer around the crew, that's what it would have been for me too." But I'm like, "Oh yeah, this gonna work. This gonna be it's gonna be bad things happening on these tours, man."
People are wild though with the running up and shit. It's like you don't like.
Nah, they different. I ain't gonna lie, man. They different. I'm
I
just
always tell the story. I met Conway when I in like 2016, following him outside after a show, and I'm always go, "Don't ever do that." Like I was stupid for doing that.
and what happened?
It worked out. I think I was so just nerdy that he's like nothing like, and I'm not a bad. I'm never too pushy. You know what I mean? Pushy
Right.
people, so it worked out. But you can
Yeah,
people are wild with that shit.
yeah. So you from Buffalo?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, you
I
from
I grew up in
Mass?
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Oh, so you really be traveling to do? Oh,
My
I
car,
respect.
I put 90,000 miles on my car this year.
I respect you even more, God. I thought you was
Thank
from
you.
up. I thought you was from upstate somewhere.
No, oh, if we were 3 hours within each other, I would have driven to meet you. But I'm literally, I'm not even in Boston. I'm in this small city called Fitchburg.
Pittsburgh. Okay.
It's where
Okay.
OT. Do you know who OT the Real is?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
He
Yeah.
grew up in the same city that I did. Yeah, small, like dirty city in Massachusetts.
Yeah. He another fire spitter. I like something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
do. Going back to that, what was your craziest purchase when you had too much money?
Oh, I had the chinchilla that Frank threw in the fire before he did it. Yeah. And I would wear it. And one time Brazi was talking crazy. Shout out to Luca Brazi, Taliban, Luca Brazi, Mr. Gumbo. We was going to a club and he was like, man, I was about to I was gonna leave my coat in the car. And he like, oh, you ain't getting no money. What you gonna leave your coat in the car for? You scared somebody gonna take it? I said, man, ain't nobody taking nothing. And I jumped out in the rain with my chinchilla over.
It's
And
all
it was,
matted
listen,
afterwards.
hey,
Yeah.
look, it was matted down a little bit, right? So I jumped out in the rain. I was talking crazy, like, yo, boy, I just spent 70 on this joint. And because my joint was to the ankle. Like it wasn't, I'm gonna send you a picture and I want you to blur it. When this part come on this podcast, I'm gonna send you the picture, blur my face, please, God. And I'm gonna show you the chinchi was down, the bottom of the chinchi was on my Timberland tree. You heard? He wasn't. I'm not talking about the waist limp. I'm not talking about a thigh knee limp. I'm talking about he was dragging. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z shit.
You know that's wild because I've never even seen a chinchilla in my whole life.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that I think that was the stupidest purchase. Like that, I don't even know why. Like because everybody was trying to one up each other. Like my cousin Shay, he had the mink, and then everybody had foxes. But it's a difference when you first shopping though, because the furs come in pieces. When you could get a cheap one when they just put mad pieces together. We had full meat, full pieces. So it was a little different. But that probably was the dumbest purchase besides maybe cars and shit, shit that just depreciate that as soon as you drive it off the line, it ain't worth shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you regret those purchases or do you look back at that as a fun time?
I look back at that as a fun time because now I can say, see, y'all talk that, but here go the proof. Anything that I talk about, I have documentation. I always ran around with a camera. So I could show and prove. So I feel like that is a part of my history. That's a part of my story because they could talk about that work and they could talk about it. But then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Damn, Playboy, where the fuck is the hum at? You got to give them that look when you be like, what? You was doing what? I don't know you for doing that. I was in that town. If you was doing that, you would have been working with me, for me, or you'd have been tied up somewhere. So I know what you would do, what you did, and you ain't did. You understand?
Yeah.
I just look at it as a testament to when that documentary come out and they talking all of them stories, and the boy's still glowing like Leroy, and I can show you all of the things that I talked about. You're gonna be able to see them on camera. No Photoshop shit. They'd be like, okay, now it solidifies everything that I said. So I ain't mad at it.
And that's why you kept the mask on, and that's why you want the art to speak for itself. Because when the reveal comes, it's all part of it, all pays off.
Yeah, it all pays off. And I don't want them to hate me out the game either. I don't want them to get to hating and blackballing. You know, these people is crazy in this game. The rap game is one of those games where everybody feel like for you to shine, you gotta, you know, if I shine, it's gonna put out their light. So, but what you don't know is if I put a lighter, if you light your lighter and I light my lighter, right, and we turn the lights off and we got two lighters up, right? If I put yours out, do that make the room go any brighter? No. You got to shine together, Paul.
I fuck with the heavy.
Yeah, we got to shine together because me putting out your light ain't gonna make mine shine no brighter. Yeah. Shout out my boy Weebay. He gave me that Jew. Hassan Johnson. Shout him out. It's my god brother.
I fuck with that. So I'm a stand-up comedian, and I see comedy and rap in the way where it's one person on stage, so they feel like they're more important. But right. I don't get the slices of the pie mentality where there's only so many. It's like, if you fuck with me, we can both shot. It's like, as you said, like, if you help, we can help each other up instead of just. You think any business or country is built by people trying to like hoard knowledge? That's not what happens. You have to spread that shit.
You got to spread the knowledge, man. And then, you know, that's where having knowledge itself come in at, because the motto is to each one teach one. We teach the babies, and the babies teach the friends, and then the friends, it trickles up. We don't, you know. So that's how it goes, you know. But people will hoard the knowledge, man. Like, that's just how it goes. We've been taught at some point in our existence that we can't share the knowledge. Like, how could you be stingy with knowledge? It's people that I could call up right now and be like, yo, I saw you with Sway. Yo, you think you can call it for me? They're going to say they're going to call, but they never going to make the call. Yeah. Why not? But yo, boy, what happened to your word, first of all? If you say you're going to, just say you can't do it. Make up an excuse. Say, I don't mess with something like that.
Yeah, you know, but that's the same thing with people bragging when they don't really have it. They just have the picture of it. It's not like they took a picture with them. It's not like they're hanging every day with them. Like, they took a picture with the car that they rented for the day. They don't own that shit.
For the day that you ain't gonna never be seen in again.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man. So yeah, the rap game, that's one thing that I despise about the rap game, and that's why I really don't deal with industry dudes, is because, you know, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, man, I'm gonna do it. And you may have to remind me a couple times because I got a lot going on. But I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And more importantly, I'm going to do it 9 times out of 10 without you even asking me to do it. You know how many people I done put in my story? I got 800 people watching my story on a daily basis. If I post something, it's going to be 800 people watching. It's so many artists that have been in my stories. So many artists. I don't get in nobody's story except my fans. But all of these artists that I done put in my story, like, yo, They're not throwing that alley-oop back. But I do it because that's who I am. You understand? I know that I'm going to have what I'm supposed to have regardless to whom or what. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala got for me, can't nobody take from me. So I'm going to throw the alley-oop regardless. Even when they start hating, I'm going to still throw the alley-oop because that's just who I am. It's natural for me. I'm going to come down, I'm going to shake a little bit, and I'm going to throw the alley. You know what I mean? And I got a mean jump shot. So when you know that when you know that you nice to yourself, you could throw as many alleys as you want. When I know I could come down, dribble, shake you, go to the hole, and dunk, why not? I could still throw the alley-oop. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know I'm dead nice regardless to whom or what. I don't even feel like me throwing you an alley. I don't think it's possible for you to block my shine.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. How do you feel? This is a change of subject, but how do you feel about drinking and smoking? Like, you've never done it, but how do you feel about it?
So I've been around people that drink and smoke, obviously, in the studio all day and night, every day. I feel like this about smoking. I used to tell my homies, like, yo, God, why you just don't light the money on fire? Why don't you just take the money out your pocket and light it on fire? And my man was like, yo, why you say that? I said, listen, you taking the money, you rolling it up, you setting it on fire, And then you're not even enjoying the high. You going to sleep after you get high. I don't understand what the point is, my man. So for me, I just feel like it's like, damn, boy, you got somebody that needs some money in the prison. You got some J-Pay you could be paying. You understand? You could be buying somebody a tape. You could be sending your man a book. Like, you smoking an ounce of weed every week, my man. Like, it just don't, to me, it don't make no sense. But I've never been high before. So maybe that's probably why I don't get it. But for me, it's just frivolously spending money. And I'm not really into just spending money just to be spending money, you know?
Why didn't you do it when you were younger?
So when I was younger, my uncle Tommy and my uncle Larry, both of them was just like, you know what I mean? They just told me that wasn't cool, you know? And they was cool to me. To them, I looked up to them, you know what I'm saying? I looked up to my uncle Tommy. He was a boxer. And I looked up to him, and he, you know, when he said it wasn't cool, it wasn't cool. Now, when I get to the point where I'm in high school and I'm telling the females like, nah, I don't drink, I don't smoke. They're like, what? You don't what? And I'm like, nah. They're like, oh, that's sexy. So now at that point, when you get that reaction, why would I ever do it?
Yeah.
And they're telling me I've never met nobody that said that. And I'm like, oh, so I'm different. I'm a unicorn. It's copy. Say no more. Heard you. Yeah, I'm not drinking. Then once I get in my 30s, it's like, it's just too late now. Like, if I ain't did it all this time, why start now?
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be able to just say that, man, I just like to know that I'm in the room and I got something that I could say something that can't nobody else say 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. It is the minority.
Right.
I do, so I try to think about like why I smoke. That's a good reason you have the story for it. Like,
right.
I was so anti-weed. And then when I was like, I don't know, 13 or some shit, I saw my dad get arrested on a weed charge.
Oh, you was in the car?
I was in the house.
You kicked out the blinds and they had him in
a family member snitched on him on some weed shit. And I was just in the house when he got arrested. So I was like, damn, weed is horrible. And so I stopped. And then when I hit like my 20s, I started smoking and I haven't stopped, but it was like it is funny how when you think about how much money you could have spent on it, how much money you spent on it, the burn in it is true. You are literally burning money.
Nah, it's literally burning the bread. I'm like, nah, man, I really got homies that I love that's locked up. That my man Louis Vuitton, Armand Perry, like, he been locked up for years. Like, I could be sending him something, you know? So I just find other things to do with the bread. That's all. And then, like, you know, people will be like, oh, nah, yo, boy, you would be great if you writing that shit sober. Imagine if you got high. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. I could come up with this fire regardless.
How do you find your muse? Like, to create?
So creating for me is, so like you, I'm a comedian. Like, I just never did it on stage. So I'm always thinking of some foolery. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking of the slickest bars and ooh, that's dope. That's crazy, you know? So I might write a few bars down in my phone periodically throughout the day. But it really is the producer. Like, when producers like Thanos Beats and Big Spoon and Sapuda and Alcatraz and them, man, when they send me some records, Whip Beats, when they send records that send me directly to, I'm talking about as soon as I hear it, if in the first 5 seconds, if I'm ready to go to the stool, if I'm not already in the stool, that's my battery pack. You know what I'm saying? They don't, that's the jumper cables. They put the shit on my back. Oh shit, where this booth at? I'm trying to get to the booth fast as I can. So, you know, that's all I really need in the booth, man. I just need a quiet space, a good aura around. But a lot of times I record by myself. A lot of times I wake up 6 a.m. and wake up at the God hour, 7 a.m. every day. But a lot of times I wake up and just get to record. It might be 4 or 5 in the morning. I made some of my best records.
Damn.
Then a lot of times when I'm traveling, I don't really listen to music. So a lot of the records I'll be writing on my steering wheel as I'm driving and shit like that.
You don't listen to music when you drive and shit?
Nah,
You want to be in your head.
Yeah, man, I'll be thinking and, you know, plotting and you know, trying to get my situation together and, you know, just thinking about a lot of things, man. You know, I got a son that recently got locked up, and you know, he be on my mind heavy. So I just be liking to have a clear head while I'm on that road. So if I
Absolutely. Sorry to
listen
hear
to
that.
something, if I do listen to some music, it's probably some 80s R&B, or it might even be some 70s shit, some Sade or some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some shit that I could really learn something from, or I could draw some inspiration from, more importantly.
Yeah, I don't think people see music as a drug as much as it is and how readily available it is. Like if
Nah,
you're just listening, like I need to force myself not to listen to music to give myself time to meditate, to give myself time to like get in my head. Cause I could just be listening all the time and never
right,
have just me time.
right. Yeah, nah, you gotta definitely set. I would encourage anybody, man, set some time to the side for just that you time. It's important, man.
Yeah.
It'll save you from getting in a lot of bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? Like just having time to reflect in general is a good thing.
Going back to our earlier convo when you were like, nah, rapping's corny, like I don't want to be that. What made you change? What made you be like, I do want this again?
Benny, Benny made me feel like that I wanted to rap again. Um, I've been a fan of Benny for a long time, and when I saw him, West Side, Conway pull off what they pulled off, I said, "Oh man!" But in particularly Benny, man, he just was going so crazy, and I just had been waiting for lyrics to matter again, and just so happened somebody that I call a friend or somebody I call a brother is at his pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he reached his peak yet, but he damn near, you know what I mean? He you know, he amongst the elites.
Yeah.
So when I saw the God do it, and I know his story, I know what he's been through, you know, jail and you know the streets, and you know we got a very good friend of ours that's a mutual friend and brother, DJ Shay, may he rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to Shay. I just said to myself, like, damn, man, the God taking off. He doing it. And I said to myself, you know, like, nah, I want the world to hear me too. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
they listen to the lyrics again, I got something for them. So, but yeah, that's what it, to be honest, that's what it was. It was son.
How'd you meet Benny?
It's so crazy. I was wondering that a couple, I think I either met Benny through Shay or I met him through Mike Pratt. Mike Pratt is a promoter in Buffalo. So when we used to go to Buffalo and we used to run around with the CDs and take our joints to the mom and pop stores, him and my man Happy from Happy Entertainment, you know, they was like them guys that would take you to the stores. But I met Mike Pratt first. He was like running around, and he knew all of the stores from Buffalo to Chicago. He knew if it was a gas station selling a CD, my boy knew where it was at. From Buffalo to Chicago, he knew every nook and cranny. He knew what laundromat had a CD desk in it. You know, like, look, he knew what trap houses had CDs in them. You buy a bag and get a CD. Yo, he knew all of that shit. So, either he introduced me to Benny or Shay introduced me to Benny. One of the two. Yeah.
How did you meet Shay?
So I met Shay just going back and forth to Buff, and we went to a show. So the first time I got booked for a show, I got booked in Buffalo, and I met Shay at that show a while ago, and yeah, man, me that's my god brother. You know, we looked out for each other. We went on road trips. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's very, very good, positive brother, man. It was like I miss him calling me, talking about, yeah, brother Taj. You know, he used to call me brother Taj. You know, that's my guy, man. But very, very humble, very, 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 very great guy that I really wish that he could be here to see not only their success, but the success that I believe he wanted for me too, you know?
Yeah. Why do
Yeah.
you think he was such a positive, big influence on a whole scene?
Um, because just his aura. He was just magnetic. Like in the nation of God's earth, we say either you magnetic or you're not. Either you draw people in or you don't. he was a person that'll draw you in. It's not. I don't think matter of fact, I know for a fact I've never heard nobody say nothing bad about Shay. Like it's rare to be in the streets and don't nobody got a bad story about you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard nobody say nothing bad about the God. So Shay, he's just magnetic, man. He just gotta. He got a welcoming spirit. He got a great aura. He's willing to help. And like he said in the interview, me and him was a lot alike because I always had a studio in Syracuse. I don't know no rapper that rapped in Syracuse that I didn't open my doors to. Shay was that kind of man. You understand? And a family man. So we had a lot of similarities, but it just ain't nothing that you could say bad about him. Like I never heard nothing. And I was in the streets heavy. I had my ear to the streets. I never heard like, yo, tuck in your chains when you go to Shay's studio, he grimy. Or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just nothing. Like, and so he just people loved it and embraced him because he loved everybody and he really loved that city. Like, rest in peace to my man Thump Mendoza. When I was running around talking about Thump Mendoza, the best rapper, he didn't have no problem telling me, fuck out of here, Taj. Ain't nobody better than Benny. Ain't nobody better than Cannon. Ain't nobody, like he would go crazy. And then we'll dap up and we'll laugh about it and that'll be that. You know what I'm saying? But he had that in his heart, man. He had in his heart that Benny was the best thing, the best ever, and then why? Like he had that in his heart way back then. You know what I'm saying? Like he did, and he wasn't gonna leave his studio without that Benny CD. You wasn't gonna leave that studio without him talking about him, Conway, and them. Like you just wasn't. So it was nothing not to like about the God, man. He different, man. He was a rarity, man, and he didn't have no hate in him. He had no hate in him at all.
You asked me how that Conway meeting went. He was there. Shay was there. I got to meet him once. Okay. And I think that was the reason it went well, is because I was about to leave and he asked me something about comedy, and that's when I ended up talking for like 40 minutes. And he did have that energy, and I was very honored that I was able to meet him.
Yeah. He gave you the right energy, right?
He did, yes.
Yes, the energy is so underrated, but it's so very important, man. Like even when you introduce somebody to somebody, the energy that you in which you introduce two people has to be right, because then that other person knows, oh, nah, okay, I'll spin you around fast. Like I remember I introduced my man to one of my peoples in Cali, and he kind of gave my man a half dap, so I had to grab his shoulder blade, like, nah, I told you this is my brother, yo, like he's this, and run down his resume, like so all of that matters, man. But you have to have principles, and you have to have a certain mannerism come with being that type of guy to say, no, nah, hold on, you bugging. No, this is my man.
Yeah.
And that's how Shay was about them boys in Buffalo. Oh no, Taj. We was on our way to New York City. I never forget. I had an interview with K Slay, and we argued for about an hour. They ain't better. They nice. I ain't gonna lie. They on fire. But nah, they ain't better than Sammy and Doza. They ain't better. And he like, man, get the fuck out of here. Play me something. I'm playing them records. That's all right. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just who he was, man. I miss him too, man. Word, man. Shout out to his family, his sons, and I could talk about Shay for 2 more hours. You ain't got enough hard drive space for me to talk about.
That's beautiful though, because that shows, even though he is no longer here, the what he left behind is that you could speak so highly about him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he put a lot of people like B Burton, like
shout out B Burton.
B Burton gives me. B Burton is like Shay, you understand? Like the vibe. These are auras that you don't really see, that you rarely get, especially in this industry. So when you get people like that, man, you gotta salute them, man. Shout out to
B Burton. You think you're born with good energy?
I think that you are. I think that you are born with good energy, but I feel like that if you got bad energy, it could be you could, pardon me, let me plug this computer up. You could change the energy in your aura too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like nothing is there to stay. If you and it's never too late. I'm a prime example. I'm a product of it's never being too late. So I feel like that, yeah, man, you can change your aura, you can change your energy whenever you want to. It just got to be a conscious decision that, man, I want to be a better person. I'm telling you, I was different, especially in the streets, especially when it comes to hustling. I'm talking about no nonsense. Like I was a different person. Very, very arrogant. I don't have an arrogant bone in my body now. I don't have a prideful bone in my body no more. I don't deal with pride. I don't deal with arrogance. I don't deal with none of that no more. So I know for a fact that you could change because I was something else.
What do you have a plan for once the mask comes off?
Yeah. No more rapping and shoot these movies.
No more rapping? You're done after that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna take it off no time soon, but yeah, after that, I want to do movies, man, because in the film world, they want to help. They want to give you information. They want to tell you how to get grants. They want to tell you this. In the music industry, a dude might not even tell you where the studio at. You know what I'm saying? Like you ask a rapper some they don't want to, they're not gonna tell you the PR people that you need to flourish. They're not going to tell you what playlist to get on. They're not even going to tell you about the playlist. You understand?
Yeah.
They definitely ain't going to tell you to go sign up for ASCAP or BMI and get your TuneCore and get your Harry Fox and your publishing, right? They're going to tell you, I'll sign you, and then they're going to go do it. It's a different world with this music, man. I hate it.
But you don't think film is like that once you're in it?
Nah, I've been in it. I got a TV series that 4 networks is bidding on right now.
Really? Oh shit! What's that about?
No, literally, it's called Young Gods. YOUNG GAWDZ. But man, I mean that literally. That ain't the embellishment. In film, it's you shooting? You need to borrow a lens? You want me to come be second AD? You want me to be assistant director? Do you need bro, I got some batteries here. I got lights. I got this. I'll come in. Everybody want to help. In music, you ain't getting no help, man. You better figure it out the way you can figure it out. You better hope you got to be Burton on your team, somebody that have been through the war and somebody that can help you and don't mind guiding you to the right place and not charging you $20,000 to do it. You better hope you could get somebody humble like a DJ Shay or a B Burton or a PR Dean. You better pray to get somebody like that on your team, because other than that, they're going to charge you, and they probably an artist themselves, so they're going to put the money on their thing, and they're going to go get you 10,000 bots, and you're going to be thinking you popping, and when it comes time to do a show, it's going to be 4 people there, and 2 of them going to be vendors.
Why do you think that is in music and not in film?
I don't know, man. Well, I would say what I was going to say, but our people don't want to help. It's a crab in a bucket syndrome, and it ain't a lot of our people in film. So you do the knowledge. I say it without saying it.
Mm-hmm.
The people that can help you in film don't look like me. The people that can help me in rap look like me, and they ain't gonna help. That's just what it is, son. They just feel like I ain't gonna do it, man. But like I said, so being magnetic, I have attracted to be and been blessed to be around some of the right people. That's why I don't mind spreading the knowledge. I don't mind alley, but I don't mind throwing you on my story. Like I said earlier, but everybody don't feel that way. Everybody don't think like that, man. It's a different world with this rap, man. Everybody want the crown. And they like, man, they trying to hold on tight. And they know that they really ain't probably that nice, and they moment ain't gonna last too much longer. So they gotta hold on to it as tight as they can.
That's why someone with 10,000 followers will sell out a vinyl deal, but someone with 500,000 followers can't, you know?
I'm gonna give you a prime example. Somebody told me, yo, you're not gonna get a vinyl deal. You might need to do this, do a couple songs here, do some music with me, Bro, I sold 280 vinyls. The second day that I did my vinyl deal with RC.
Congratulations.
They told me I wasn't even gonna get a vinyl deal. They told me I wasn't gonna get a vinyl deal. They told me that my artwork wasn't right. They told me we gotta make you a collector, and we gotta do this and that and this and that. And boy, come on, man. I got 200 followers on Twitter. How I sold 280 vinyls?
Congratulations.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I do. Uh-huh.
But if you let these people poison your mind and make you think that you can only be popping with them, or like, nah, so that way now that's the end of that conversation. We don't even need to converse no more.
Yeah.
And you just you move on, and you get around different people, man, that really genuinely want to see you win.
And that's all it is about, is finding the people, paying attention. What is it? Attention's the universal currency. Only giving your attention to shit that's necessary, people that's necessary. Right. I don't do anything. My world's so big, but also so small, because I don't give a fuck about anything I don't give a fuck about.
That's right. As you shouldn't. As you shouldn't.
It's what made you change your name? This is we're wrapping up, but what made you change your name from Taj Mahal?
Just first of all, Taj is my real name. So Great God is my attribute. So Great God was just like, Great God was just something that I actually went back to. You understand? So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna reemerge. I'm gonna come out this smoke, and I'm gonna start all the way over. I'm gonna start my Instagram over. I'm gonna start everything over so I can watch my growth. I'm not buying no followers. I'm not buying no views. I'm not buying nothing, because I really want to see my progression take place, and I really want to know that it's real when it's real.
And are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic, man. Shout out Rock Marcy. He did a lot for that too. When you get that type of alley-oop and that type of cosign, then that comes with a certain amount of eyes off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Just from him being who he is, and yeah, man, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna go in third gear. I'm like in second gear right now. I'm ready to go in third. By like July, I'm gonna be in fifth gear. You understand? Yeah. I'm in second gear respectfully right now. I'm creeping up. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching. I'm letting them know. I'm honking the horn, letting them know I'm coming. Move over. You know what I'm saying? A couple people that got hit. I ran over a couple people. There's a couple, but I'm getting ready to run over about 3 or 4 more to grace this in the next couple months.
You're igniting it.
Yeah, now I'm about to run them over, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the shit they talking about. It's not solidified. We can't verify it. Get out the way.
This is your year. What do you have planned? Like, what do you want to promote for the rest of the year?
So this year, I'm putting out the half-hour documentary for the Snow Day EP. And that's just really all the rest of the videos that kind of intertwine into a movie, like a short film. After that, I'm working on a project that Rock Marcy is producing. Yeah, a fully produced joint by Rock Marcy. And then I'm putting out the God Talk EP. So I'm putting out an EP every quarter. Yeah.
You're working hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna put out an EP every quarter. I mean, listen, man, like I said, I would be lying and I would be wrong if I didn't pay homage to what Westside, Conway, and Benny and them is doing. Because that type of hunger and that type of persistence is what they did. And I said, and mind you, I don't care if I came before, if I came after, if I came in the middle, I'm going to always be a student. I'm going to always be watching, and I'm going to always give the praise where it's due. I know that's what type of criteria has to be met if you want to be in that, in that upper echelon. If you want to be in them conversations, you better be putting that music out.
Because you can either get angry or inspired. What the fuck? Like, which one are you going to choose?
Right. Inspiration.
Every time, yeah.
Every time. So yeah, man, yeah.
Man, thank you so much for doing this. And I can't wait for the show. The show's in what, 5 days, 4 days?
4 days, man. Brooklyn, New York, man, March 11th. Yeah.
That'll be dote, man. I really do appreciate your time. This was an honor talking.
Nah, I appreciate you, my man.
I'll let you, we'll end it there, but I'll let you know when I release it and everything. It'll probably be after I see you, but we can take some promo pictures.
Yeah, we get some promo pictures. Get around. I'm gonna bring you a God Brothers hoodie too.
Oh, I would love that. I'd love that. Thank you.
All right, my man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good one. Peace.
Yeah.